Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another weekly update. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. And with that being said, let's get into the weekly update. All right, guys, we got some juicy stuff going on these weekly charts. I'm just going to point out right now, all right, we got some bearish formations, but overwhelmingly over on the tech sector. Got something looking pretty bullish in my personal opinion. I know for a fact most of the market's bearish. I know, guys, but this is not the time to be getting bearish. I strongly believe that we can get another dip, right? We can undertake these lows. We could see freaking, let's just look at it this way, right? I'm going to take off this trend line right here for the head and shoulders. Why? Because once we see this, let's just say, hey, maybe that does happen. Well, guess what? Then we're looking for massive upside, all right? But I also don't think that's going to be the case. I'm going to be completely honest with that. But now that we do see the full, you want to call that a measure move, whatever you want to call it, now that we got that on the table, all right, it brings us right down here. What is that going to be, guys? It's going to be a back test of right over here. So overwhelmingly, in my personal opinion, guys, this chart's looking bullish to me, all right? Not in the manner that, we're making lower lows over here, but in the manner that, hey, guys, we're at trend line, we're at a back test. Your RSI, the weekly RSI, guys, it's getting to where it was when you had a, guys, we went to 460. This is an $80 rip, all right? I don't know what you guys want to be doing, all right? But, like, do what you want to do. I'm just going to continue screaming from the rooftops over here on my channel that, hey, guys, you don't get bearish into this, all right? You got bearish up here when things were starting to look weak, all right? By the way, starting to look weak. Do they look weak? Yeah, they could look weak. I'm not going to argue that anything looks strong. Over here, you clear as day had a strong bull market going on. Over here, you're having your correction. This is what we were looking for when you came up to 460. Now, let's go over to QQQ, and I'm just going to point something out right now. You come over here. Now, you could see it very clearly on the daily. You could see it very clearly on the weekly. You got a massive bull flag queuing up, and that's what I was saying at the beginning of the video. Hey, guys, tech sector not looking too shabby, in my personal opinion. However you want to draw this bad boy, all right, you can make your trend line touches right here. You could go like that. Regardless, you got a bull flag queuing up, and I don't think things look too shabby. Now, let's put that trend line back on. I want to have that in the back of my mind going into this week. All right, guys, if we undercut this low, what are we going to be paying attention to? We're going to be coming all the way down here to 348.18. That is the low of this candlestick right here. What is going to be our line in the sand if we are going to see that number? If we take out this low of 351.60, not 351.36. All right, you had this hammer candlestick form down here. If you do undercut those lows, that is a sign of weakness. All right, and that would suggest that we are very likely going to come down here and test this next support. But again, guys, oversold RSIs. This thing's going to be all the way down here. SPYs is going to be all the way down here. IWM and DIA, all right, guys? Like, these things are already, they're already looking very oversold. If you come down, you're just going to come down and bounce off support. That's, that's the call I'm going to make here, all right? But let's just come back to the weekly chart, which, by the way, guys, we got to take a look at the monthly charts because we did have the monthly candlestick closing for the month of September yesterday, all right? So, I hope everybody had a really good September. All right, guess what, guys? We're going to have an even better October. Your boy's birthday is October 4th. So, guys, we're going to have a spectacular October. Not because it's your boy's birthday, but because we're going to continue killing it here on this channel. All right, and here as a community, if you are new here to this community, thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate every single one of you. Just know we do daily updates Monday through Friday, and then we have a Saturday weekly update. And what do we got on Sundays, guys? We have the live streams that cover 10 plus setups. We try and aim for 10 to 15 setups, 3 to 1 risk to reward ratios, and we cover those every Sunday. We'll have about an hour long live stream. And then you guys can pop some ticker requests into the chat while we are going over these setups. And then we can also review those tickers, all right? So stay tuned for that. If you are new here, hey, guys, I am very thankful to have you here. Thank you for spending time with me here on this channel. All right? I know time is a very valuable asset. Thank you for investing it in this. All right? In this community, in this TA, in this whatever we're doing here, right? This niche, all right? We're rocking and rolling over here. We're rocking and rolling, all right? But let's come over here back to QQQ. Bull flag, guys. Bull flag. What do we also have? We have a doji candlestick on the weekly time frame. Let's actually go over that real quick. Let's go over all the indices weekly candlestick. You have dojis across the board, not on DIA. DIA just looks really ugly. I'm going to be straight up. But then again, DIA was also the weakest looking one over here. Your RSI is all the way down there. But guys, you have high volume on these doji candlesticks. It's not what you see when you are going to continue seeing a waterfall style sell-off like we had over here. You had a minus $13 move on that week. You had a minus $13 move over here on SPY as well. And guess what, guys? The selling has halted this week. Now, we can continue down further, but you had heavy volume on this, and more often than not, when you do start seeing these large wicks off of this heavy volume, that is when you were at a turning point, all right? So, you know, guys, we could continue falling, all right? And if we do fall, I'm going to repeat what I said in yesterday's video. Guys, your boy's going to eat the dip. I'll eat the dip for all of us. All right, don't worry. All right, you got some good chips to go along with this dip, because you know I do, and I'm looking very much so looking forward to loading the boat here, because I'm just gonna reiterate what I've been saying for the past week or so, guys. Buying opportunity. It's a knocking at our doors. There's knocking at our doors over here. It's knocking at our doors down here. It's knocking at our doors if we get another dip. All right, so that's gonna really be the focus of my week is, guys, I'll be loading if we see some downside. If we see some upside, let's talk about what we could be looking for, all right? What are some signals that, hey, maybe the downside is over, or maybe we're going to be seeing some higher prices, guys? You break above 433.01 over here on SPY, and we can start looking for 438.43 gap fill. Above there, we will be looking for 442.75, which was the level where there was a line in the sand over here, which marked the beginning of the daily downtrend. As of this candlestick right here, I know you did have a reversal candlestick on the day. You had a dragonfly doji, but guess what? It did signal that we are in a daily downtrend as of this candlestick, right? Well, it's actually as of this one right here. And then boom, that was the nail in the coffin. And then, you started your waterfall style sell-off. All right, guys. But yeah, let's just look at it this way. All right, guys. Come back over here to the weekly chart. Let's look at this volume. All right, I already pointed out you got your RSI all the way down here back under 50, guys. This is where we had an 80-point rip. All right, I'm not saying we're gonna just go straight back up. We're coming back up to the highs, but hey, I saw a tweet the other day, guys. Friends don't let friends open new short positions with daily RSIs at 30. So I'm gonna be your big boy friend here, and I'm gonna be the friend that's got his hand on your back, and I got you guys. All right. Guys, if you see this thing starting to tank this week, don't freaking short in. Like, you can, all right? You can do whatever you want. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to be eating the dip, and I really think that is going to be the best move in this scenario. Now let's go over what I was just trying to point out before I got a little distracted by my own thoughts in this chart here. We got increasing volume coming into this doji candlestick right here. Let's come over and look at these previous bottoms. What happened right here? You had increasing volume on the sell-off, and then guess what? This volume spike, well, guys, that marked the beginning of the bottom. What do you have over here? This volume spike marked the beginning of the bottom. What do you got over here? This volume spike marked the beginning of the volume. Let's just look how high that volume, right? Guys, we could still get up there, right? But I would argue that anywhere around where my cursor is right now, that would be considered high volume, which over here in SPY, guys, that's close to 500 mil. That would be heavy volume. Now this is actually a lot of volume over here for that bottom, but I'm just gonna reiterate what I was just going over, right? Volume spike, bottom, volume spike, bottom, volume spike. It started bottoming, and then you had this one big fat nasty $25 weekly candlestick. All right, you had a volume spike into this, boom, bottom. Volume spike into this, boom, bottom. Volume spike into this, boom, bottom. All right. So I'm just pointing out, all right, guys, common themes across the board here. If we've seen in the past, are we seeing the same thing right now? Probably, very likely. All right. That is just what I'm gonna say. All right. So now that we've done that, let's take a look at Mr. VIX. All right, and I am just gonna point out, guys, you see this RSI start picking up above 65. That is your signal that we have a bottom, a very extremely likely. All right, I give it, we're talking 18 to 20 odds right here. 18 out of 20, 18 to 2 odds, 19 to 1 odd. Like, that's how convicted I am. If we get VIX's RSI getting up here to 65, guys, that is literally when we start looking for a bottom over here on SPY. And if you see it, which looks like we got that reversal candlestick over here, we got the hammer here. If we get some follow through, we probably get another day of upside after that day of, the follow through. So if we get the confirmation, look for another update on Mr. VIX. What is that another update going to do? It's probably going to bring you right here into this 2005 resistance, which is right here, these touch points right here, your double top, or we about to have a triple top. Regardless, guys, you're going to have a super resistance. Why? Because you have a trend line break, trend line back test. If you come up here, you're going to probably wick off this trend line, wick off of right here at 2005, and then you're also going to have your RSI all the way up above 65. So what is that going to tell us, guys? We have 3 overwhelmingly bearish factors on the board here. What happens when we combine them? We see the bigger picture, right? The bigger picture is that VIX is very likely topping. Let's just look at it this way. You think you've missed a rally in the indices? I think not, right? Why? Why do I think not? Because VIX has not been crushed. And when we see VIX get crushed, let's just come over here and do a little SPY, all right? By the way, China tickers, guys, they're all numbers. I don't know. I don't get that system, but it's a thing, all right? You see VIX rocket right here. You see SPY fall, all right? You see VIX crush. You see a sick, nasty rally. All right, so this was pretty much from Friday, yeah, so August 25th all the way down to when you really stop seeing VIX crush all the way mid-September. So let's just take this off and let's go back over to SPY. All right, so we're looking for 825. Where was 825? Oh, that is where you had this face rip right here. All right, and you continued your bullish moves all the way until the middle of September right over here. All right, you actually did have a peak over here, but that's what I'm getting at, guys. That's a 20-point rip. All right, that's the type of move your boy is looking for. That's the type of move that I am excited for. That's right around, I think it's right around the corner, right? Like I said, can we come down and come back? Maybe we double bottom. Maybe we put in a divergent low. Maybe we put in a higher low. Maybe we put in a bottoming process because, guys, we ain't got one right now, but I think we need one. All right, so let's just look at this. What does a bottoming process look like? All right, you need a base. All right, we're talking you hit it with a double bottom, you break above that neckline, that's your base breaking out. That's your bottoming process, all right? Or what can you also have? You can have the ugly double bottom with the slightly higher low. That's an even sexier look, all right? So that would be something like this, come back, maybe a trend line, or we come back and, you know, double bottom right off there, off of the 423, 422.92 gap fill right there, which it is slightly darker green. Why? Because we already filled it, so I'm just going to leave it there and, you know, it's slightly different color. If you are new here to the channel, just know the red levels will be our support and resistance levels. The red zones, those are supply and demand zones. The green levels, those are gap fills. And then these orange/yellow lines are just going to be our trend lines that we do all of our patterns with, all right? So yeah, a little color code for you if you are new here to the community, all right? But guys, we are looking for that basing formation. It doesn't matter how it turns up, all right? If we, like, let's look at it this way. It can even, this could be it right here. All right. This thing. I know I didn't have a circle. I had that. All right. But this could even be it. We just need proof. And that's why I said we are bearish until we break above 433. Why? Because that is going to be the top of your supply zone. That is this previous support. You had this also, like this zone here, all right? This red zone we got going on here. That's our supply zone. Why? Because you have buyers stepping in over here. You have buyers stepping in over here. You had buyers stepping in over here, and that was where the battle began. That boom, you came back, and as of right now, guys, we just retested it. So you were scaling in down here, scaling out up here, and you're not getting bullish until you either get that dip again or you break above 433.01. I don't advise going long into supply. Congratulations. I know I saw some comments of people who made some money on Friday because you took profits right into our supply zone. Congratulations. I saw someone with Amazon. All right, guys, we were bullish on Amazon. Why? Because you're right here, down in your demand zone. Under here, you really ain't got nothing until you come all the way down to here. That's a pretty big drop. All right, you know, that's a 10-point move. But at the same time, guys, you get your daily RSI already oversold. Let's look at how that weekly chart is looking up. All right, got a doji candlestick. Seems pretty spot on with what we were just looking on those indices. All right, guys, I really do think things are not looking too bad. What are we looking for, guys? We're looking for a move back up to this, well, it's going to be resistance, but previous support over here at 133.16. That was the low of this candlestick right here. That is ultimately what I will be looking for over on Amazon. All right, but let's come back over here to the indices and let me just rehash what I was just saying over here on the daily time frame, guys. You get bullish above 433.01. You're bearish underneath. You get bullish if you start coming back down this trend line, start coming back down to 423. All right, like down here, guys, if we got the daily RSI sitting down here and you're coming back down now, this will be support. Why? Because this is where buyers stepped in last time. All right, we were looking for buyers to step in. If you come down to these gap fills, guys, they oftentimes do cause a reversal. There is an 80% reversal rule that happens at these gap fills. Why? Because that's when one side runs out the door and takes profits and the other runs, you know, in the door. All right. It's going to cause a squeeze, or, you know, well, squeeze in either direction, really. But it's not a squeeze. It's just people taking profits. All right. So people aren't really, they could be getting hurt if you're late to the party here. All right. But that's just how it be. You gotta, you take your profits into the strength. All right. You don't, I was actually telling the Discord on Friday, I was like, guys, if you got profits, you know, like, it is not the time. If you're playing zero DTs, the time to take your profits is never going to be when that, you know, that pullback starts, because that's when you start chasing the bids. That's when you start having to literally chase the price down of your contracts, and it is not right. All right. And if you trade shares, I'm sure you also have to, you know, you have to chase those down, but it's not going to be even close to as volatile as it will with options. So especially with options, guys, just make sure you're scaling out into strength as you're coming into this resistance. All right. Or any resistance if you're long, and then any support if you're short. That is where you start scaling out, especially if you got this daily RSI all the way down here at 30. All right, guys, so that is pretty much it. Let's go over these monthly charts, because we did close those out. Let's just see how we are queuing up over here. And I'm actually going to come over here. I'm going to turn on the MACD, guys. So we don't use this very often, but I think this is going to be useful over here on the monthly time frame. Over to Tesla, I saw this one over on Twitter, so I'm just going to point out, does this look like it is going to be, you know, taking a big dive? It very well could, all right? Or this could just be a bull flag we got going on here, just like we got over on QQQ, and we're probably going to start pushing up to this, you know, 300 again. I'm just putting that one on your radar. That is, you know, that is my likely scenario over here on Mr. Tesla, all right? This is one of the big tech stocks. How are we looking over here on the monthly charts on SPY and QQQ, guys? All right, guys, do you guys see what I see? All right, let me actually use a different tool for that. We're going to use that one. Why is it not? You guys seeing what I'm seeing? It's not letting me draw. Oh, there it goes. It all loaded all at once there. There we go, all right? But if you guys are seeing what I see, we got a big fat cup and handle here, and the handle is a bull flag. So, like, again, guys, I wouldn't be getting, like, long-term, or even, like, you could get short-term bearish if you want, but I'm just going to say 20, 30 days out, I wouldn't be doing that. A couple months out, I wouldn't be doing that. We're going to obviously see how it goes, all right? That is going to be a prediction, but we also do a fair bit of reacting here on this channel, which is what you should be doing. That's what we were talking about, level to level, guys. But yeah, that was over on QQ. What do we have over here on SPY? Because we got the same thing. All right, we got the same cup and handle. Someone actually left a comment saying that. I was like, yep, that is exactly what I see. I've been seeing it. I've been calling that out, I think, ever since this big green month right there, or it was right up here. We're looking for the pullback just to create that handle, and then probably blast off the all-time highs. All right, and if you want to call me a perma bull because I say all-time highs, you know, you can call me perma bull. I don't care. I personally don't view myself at all as a perma bull. Guys, let's just look at it this way, all right? The channel got short up here, all right? Then you broke 451.55. The channel also went short, all right? Because you had a daily downtrend. Well, when I say the channel went short, I just mean we were bearish. We were looking for further downside, all right? Do we ever know how far things are going to go? No, we do not. But that is why we play things as we go, play level by level. When things break, like over here, that's where we get bearish. So what happened here on this channel, guys? Let's just scale all the way back here, all right? We got bullish right here. We scaled out into resistance right here, all right? We were then looking for a pullback. So by the dip, we got bullish on this candlestick right here. And then you got this fake out right here. Guess what? We got the breakout with CPI in this day right here. And we were bullish. Where were we bullish into? We were bullish into 460 resistance. Where did we get bearish? At 460 resistance. Let's actually take off this MACD and let me just come back over here. Let me put on my handy dandy RSI. Guys, if you are new here to the channel, just know you're only going to be seeing this RSI. That's the only indicator I really use. I just don't think too many others are reliable, and this is a very, very simplistic view of looking at the markets here on this RSI. Now, obviously, we pair that with other things here on this channel, but yeah, let's just see what we had going on over here. You have a bearish divergence going on literally into your supply zone. You see this red box right there, guys? That was under, you know, we could take that off, but that was there. But, you know, this whole rally into it, that's where we were looking for. What did we do? You broke 451.55. We knew the daily downtrend was in play. So what happened after that? We were looking for more downside. Where did we start scaling in long? All right, guys, we were long. We were looking to buy the freaking dip. The same thing we're getting down here. I understand you're getting a little bit more of a dip. I understand that. But guess what? We've nailed things for a massive amount of time here. All right, guys, we're talking, how many moves did we just discuss? All right, and guess what, guys? You know, we got bullish down here. We scaled out over here. Okay, because you came right into the 433 zone. Let me put on another zone right here, a heavily traded zone. I ain't got it right now because it's not relevant, all right? But guess what, guys? What did we do? We scaled in down here, took profits. We were looking for a bounce up to 443 to 444. Where did we take the profits? 443 to 444. Where did we scale back in, guys? We scaled back in on this hammer candlestick right there. And then we were waiting to get bullish with a breakout of I know it says 442.75, but yeah, of this zone right here. If you could break above this neckline, you had this double bottom going on, and then we were also looking for some more upside. Now, were we looking for some more upside into the golden pocket? Where did we get upside into the golden pocket? What was our line in the sand? To be scaling short. If you get above there, you just call it quits because you're probably going to be pushing back up to the high right here at the 0.786 fib. Where did you exactly top out? Over here on SPY and QQ at the 0.786 fib. So guys, if you think your boy's going to be wrong again, I'm going to be quite honest. Guys, we're getting pretty good at this over here. I do have to say that for ourselves, guys. We got to give ourselves a pat on the back. We've been nailing it for quite some time. All right, guys, less is more. I was talking to someone about trading literally yesterday on Discord. I'm just going to tell you guys right now, all right? If you are, you know, just like not confident in this consistent, all right, your consistent ability to play these swings that I speak of right here, just realize less is going to be more. Less is always going to be more. I just showed you guys exactly our game plans that we've gone throughout the, like, if you guys are new to the channel, guys, follow along. Like what we just went over, right? And guess what? There's more, all right? We're going to keep going, all right? But if what we just went over, if you like that, guys, that's what you would have been getting, like, spoon-fed down your throat every day on this channel as we were going in real time. All right, so just realize that's exactly what we do here. All right, we do have a small niche here, but I do think we will keep growing because I don't know another channel who pretty much goes over these things daily in detail with their followers. I just don't see it happening in any other community. So guys, please do me a favor, and hey, if you do appreciate what we got going on here, tell a friend. All right, I really would appreciate it. I do think we will be hitting 10,000 subscribers within the next year. And I do think we're, you know, we're on a good track for that to be the case. And eventually, guys, maybe we get 50K. Maybe we get 100K. Maybe we have a massive community here. All right. I'm excited. All right. But let's resume what we were just talking about. All right. That was the line in the sand to get bearish. Where are we looking to, you're shorting the golden pocket. Where are you taking profits? At the 443 to 444 heavily traded zone. You took the profits. What do you have over here? You have your lower high. All right. You actually did have a slight fake out here. All right. That's why I say play things as you go. Up here, guys, we're kind of just skeptical of what to do. Straight up, you took your short in your golden pocket, which is right here. You broke down. That's your little slice of the pie. What do I always iterate on this channel here, guys? You take your slice of the pie. You don't need the freaking crest of the pie. You don't need the crust. You don't need, like, right here. You don't need to catch that. All right? You caught that. You literally don't need to. All right, so yeah, we took our short profits over there. We probably had, you know, a bit of a long trade in there, but at the same time, guys, what happened? All right, when we broke down right here, we immediately got bearish. It was this candlestick right here. There's a little fat baby candlestick going on right here that showed us that we should be looking for more downside. What did we do? We got bearish. All right, where did we get bullish into? You came right down here to 433. Support, and this is where we started getting bullish. Now, yes, you broke down through it, and I will actually come over here before I go any further over here on ES, and I will point out what's going on here with this level. You can also see it on SPY, but we have quite a bit of clutter here on the chart, whereas this one does not. All right, so we can take that off, which, you know, guys, we had that on a while back. We had this rising wedge going on over there. We literally came back up and got a back test of it. All right, which I remember, I didn't think this was going to be the case. I didn't think we were going to keep breaking down here, but then we did. All right, and that was the case. But yeah, guys, you got a pretty clean break and retest going on here on ES. So, like, hey, that is a sexy downside setup. I can't deny that. Like I said, guys, I'm not biased. I'll trade it both ways. What we just went over, guys, let's just count these moves we got to play as a channel. All right, that we are extremely prepared for. All right, I'm not talking about the ones where we're on the edge of our seats for. I'm talking about the ones that, hey, we knew what we were doing, all right, the whole entire time. Right here, 1. We got 2, all right? We got 3. What do we also got? We got 4. What do we got? We had a long shot down here. We got 5. We took our profits. We had 6. All right. We had 6 after that. All right. What do we have? We shorted the golden pocket, which is, I already know where it is, right here. All right. So what is that? We have 7. All right. We have another swing trade going on right here. Just let me just show you guys how big these moves are. All right. If you're catching $5 with a $10 move, guys, you're making money. All right. Buy some time. You're making some money. All right, let's say you went, I don't remember if we went long here. I'm going to be straight up on that, but I imagine we probably did into the zone, all right? But we're just going to say we didn't. We're just gonna, even though I think we did, regardless, all right, guys? I think we're at 7 over here. What do you got over here? Breakdown, 8. All right, 8. What do we got right here? We got 9. So we caught that move right there, and I'm just going to say right now, if we get another dip, I will be pouncing. That is my plan. All right, guys, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I am just going to leave it off with that. I think we have gone over things in quite some detail. We will be live tomorrow going over 10 plus setups with 3-to-1 risk to reward ratios. I hope you're there with me. Just know you can pop in ticker requests as we're going over those setups, and we will get to all of them after. So we will have like an hour and a half stream tomorrow sometime throughout the day. All right. With that being said, guys, everybody have a lovely rest of your weekend. Peace.